Hey there, fools. It's Mizzah Tee, and this is the Gamers at Large Midweek Show. It's going to be a shorter cast tonight because we have a shorter group tonight, if you want to call us a group. So go ahead and introduce yourself, my other member here.
What's going on, peoples? It's the ADHD specialist, the Good Shepherd, coming through. It'll be a short and sweet cast. Hopefully you still like the content, though. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right, so as I said, we got actually some decent news from Nintendo pretty recently here, and that's what we'll be talking about tonight. So, let's get it started. Bring up my information here because I copied it all down. All right, so first we're just going to talk about the numbers that Nintendo released, which a lot of this information is pretty impressive to me. Did you get a chance to check it out, Shep?
I saw some of it. I don't know the full details, but they brought up Zelda U. I posted some stuff on Google Plus about that. The Nintendo Directs are coming. They should be announcing the first mobile game soon. I think it's either tonight or tomorrow.
Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes.
Sorry.
I was talking specifically about the numbers they released just for this part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That part I actually didn't see, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So please enlighten me.
You know, they did their little financial report for the quarter.
What is this?
And I'm just going to kind of go through and then we'll discuss. On the Wii U front, this is life to date, lifetime sales. Mario Kart 8 is at 5.8 million, 5.89, or basically 5.9, it's 5.87. Nintendo Land is at 5 million. New Super Mario Brothers U is at 4.88 million. Super Mario 3D World is at 4.47 million. Smash Brothers for Wii U is at 4.03 million. Splatoon is at 2.42 million. New Super Luigi U is at 2.27 million. Super Mario Maker is at 1.88 million, already about to hit 2 million. That's pretty impressive. Zelda: The Wind Waker HD 1.6 million, and Wii Party U 1.5. And on the 3DS front, Pokemon XY 14.15 million, Mario Kart 7 12.19 million. Holy Christ.
I know, right? These numbers are... Whew.
Wowzers.
Nintendo gamers buy Nintendo games, apparently.
We buy our games, man. Can't say we don't buy our games. Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire 10.69 million.
Damn.
Super Mario 3D Land is at 10.2 million. New Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh, okay, I didn't see the number there. At 9.47 million. Animal Crossing New Leaf at 9.44 million. Wow. Super Smash Brothers for 3DS 7.37. What? Yo.
So yeah, Nintendo's not making any profit. Don't worry about it.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into the actual profit. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is at 4.61 million. Love that game. I love it. I can't talk about it.
I actually need to pick that one up. Real talk. I loved Luigi Mansion on GameCube.
You got to get it. It's better than the GameCube one.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Some people might disagree, but I think so.
All right, I'll check that shit out.
Tamagotchi, that's your game, right? Oh no. You're on that. What's the game?
Fantasy Life.
Fantasy Life, right?
Fantasy Life. That's my crack. All I haven't touched it in months.
Tamagotchi Life's at 4.48 million, and Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D is at 3.82 million. So impressive stuff there. And those are all, like I said, life to date. But let's get into the more specifics. You got anything you want to say on that stuff before I move in?
Nah, I kind of already spilled it while you were announcing it. I mean, damn.
Those are some nice numbers there, especially for one being a dead console. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get more in depth, and we'll speak more about that dead console. Nintendo 3DS family continue to expand their sales. I'm reading from the article here. I got this from Nintendo Everything.
Oh, okay,
Um,
cool.
yeah, I got it from Nintendo Everything Vlog. So it says the Nintendo 3DS continue to expand their sales with new color variations, and the global sales of Nintendo 3DS hardware has reached 2.28 million units. That's just for the new. Is that new? Did I say that right? Yeah. As for the
Sure.
yeah, as for the Nintendo 3DS software, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, this surprised me, became a hit, marking 2.02 million unit sales. Wow.
What?
Yeah, yeah. In the Japanese market, titles from various genres such as Rhythm Tengoku, Fire Emblem Fates, Bright Right Conquest, and Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon became popular with the wide variety of people. In addition, third-party titles. It says that a third-party title sold over 1 million units, but they don't say which one. That's weird. And
Hmm.
yeah, well, I don't know what that's about. In the overseas markets, popular Nintendo titles such as Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS continue to show steady sales, no doubt. I mean, 7.37 million. Wow. As a
Considering
result,
how many systems sold,
right?
that's
That's pretty. That's a nice attach rate.
oh yeah.
As a result of the global sales of Nintendo 3DS software reached 19.20 million units for the year so far. So, wow. With respect to Wii U, Super Mario Maker, which was released globally in September, offering a new state or a new taste to Super Mario series, marked 1.88 million, which I said earlier. Splatoon marked 2.42 million, and
I'm surprised it didn't do any better though.
yeah, I think it did a little better, maybe a little bit over 3 by now. And to the vitalizing the Wii U platform, the worldwide sales of Wii U hardware and software were 1.9 million and 12.37 million units sold on Wii U
Hmm.
for the year. That to me is pretty impressive. Again, for
All things considered, yeah.
that's yeah, that's pretty impressive stuff there. Any
Um,
got any thoughts?
uh, you gave me the indication that you want to bring up kind of what I want to say for later on in the cast.
Okay,
Unless you want me to say it now,
we can
I could
save it.
kind of touch on that.
Um,
But let's just say, just pay attention to those numbers, people. That's all I got to say there.
there was a. Let me see if I can find it. There was actual. I think I closed that window. Like as far as profits, that's what I wanted to have up. I must have accidentally. Let me see if I can find that real quick. But while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and talk about the update for Super Mario Maker. Do you know what's involved? What's in the update? Um, have you seen any news on it yet, or have you
I'll be
downloaded
real
it?
with you. I've purposely stayed away from that game. I'm probably gonna jump into it soon.
Hmm.
I know my personality, and I tend to get addicted to certain things. So
Yeah,
I try to put it aside. I'll probably pick it up next week, maybe even this weekend. We'll see.
that
Because when I
definitely.
when I get into a game, I'll put like 30 hours down in like a week.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a game for addiction. Um, like I started a level before the game came out on graph paper, and I still haven't put that
Word.
level out because I keep
What?
tweaking. I haven't. Yeah,
Keep modifying it, huh?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't uploaded it yet because I keep tweaking it.
That's
Stuff
how it
would
goes, bro.
yeah, and stuff would change with the the as I progressed and got new tools and stuff. So I wanted to add more stuff to it. And now with this update, let me see if I can find what um,
That's
the main addition to it. Um, let me
damn.
see.
You're like me. You got that perfectionist slash OCD.
Yeah,
That's how I am with my artwork, bro. I'll do like 1,000 sketches for just one project.
I mean it's crazy. I mean that's the game.
Oh, that's a lie. Maybe 50, but
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and touch on this while we're still talking about sales, and we'll get back into Mario Maker. Amiibo, 21 million Amiibo sold worldwide.
Permission to partially curse.
Go ahead.
F you, Nintendo. I was supposed to get 3 Amiibos. I already have over 20.
Yo.
And that's me, and that's with me holding back.
Yo, I'm with you. Not 3. I think I had picked out like about 7 or 8 that I was gonna get, and that was gonna be it. That's all I'm getting. That's 7 or 8, and I'm done. But yeah, that didn't quite happen.
Bro, you saw some of the pictures I posted.
Yeah, I'm at 33 or 34. I can't remember.
Damn,
I lost count. Yeah, I lost count.
Bro. Oh crap! I have more coming in. That's right. I got some coming from Texas.
Yeah, I still have my Lucina coming. It's coming from Japan. So
yeah, I got like 7 coming.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I just got 6 the other day.
It's crack, man. Amiibo is also crack. Right along with the other crack Nintendo's been putting out. It should be illegal. It should be illegal.
It really is. I'm getting to the point where it really is becoming a love-hate relationship with Nintendo. I love them, but my wallet hates them.
Oh man. All right, so let's get back to Mario Maker. Let's talk about what's coming in the what came in the patch. I haven't been on it, so I haven't downloaded the patch yet or the update. So I'll just go with the bullet points. Added functionality to play event courses. Event courses users can unlock new mystery mushroom costumes when they clear certain event courses. Users will be able to play courses created by official makers in Course World. So Nintendo, developers are actually going to be making specific courses themselves, which is cool. And other developers as well.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, let me just go through the bullet points. Users will be able to play courses created by official makers in Course World. Added checkpoint flags. I think that's the biggest one. Added checkpoints. People have been wanting that. I've seen a lot of people.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. Yep.
Yeah, so we got checkpoints. That's very cool. Added a small Easter egg in Course Maker. Added hard mode in Nat Attack minigame. That looks insane. Other adjustments for a more pleasant gaming experience. So little tweaks and whatnot. And the file size is 315 megabytes roughly, if you wanted to know that. So yeah, I'm mostly excited about the checkpoints because some of these dudes' levels that I've been playing are long.
Yeah, I've seen some anxiety. I've been avoiding it a lot, but I still take little peeks. And yeah, you need them checkpoints because you're right. Some of these levels are like, dude, bruh.
And there's nothing more frustrating. Nothing more frustrating for me is to get like halfway through the level and just die and have to start all the way over again. Because some of these levels are really a lot of these levels are really clever that dudes are making, and they have like it incorporates different rooms and different warp pipes and all kinds of stuff, and it just so you kind of learn the pattern as you're going through. But if you forget it. If you get through and you die, you have to keep remembering that pattern, and then what happens is you end up dying on something earlier, and you keep dying on something earlier that you already beat, and that just pisses you off, and you don't clear the level, and that's why
that sounds like the Nintendo days. Sorry, let me clarify. The NES days, the 1980s,
right.
Early 90s.
So yeah, good
times but horrible times.
Yeah, so checkpoints definitely need it, and I'm glad they added them. I would like to, hopefully they're going to continue with the updates. There's a couple of things I would like. If you have anything you can think of, I know you don't have the game, but I would like them to make coins or have a purpose, because right now. They have zero purpose other than.
Oh really?
Yeah, you collect them out of habit and you get 1-ups, but 1-ups don't really help you if you're playing somebody's course.
Especially if there's no checkpoint, which finally there is one.
So I guess 1-ups will help in that case. If you don't run out of lives though. You know, you're just playing through somebody's course, and
Ah, yes, and then that does kind of get okay.
yeah, so it doesn't matter that you have extra lives from coins, and it doesn't matter that you have 1-ups.
So it needs more utility, basically. I
Right.
got you.
There needs to be a reason, a motivation for having 1-ups, and a motivation for coin collecting. Because right now there isn't one. I thought maybe what they should do, what they implement, is having like 100 coins per course limit, and you collect coins and you get certain things like, I don't know, stamps, or some kind of little trophy, something,
I got you.
based on how many, like
Can do it.
10,000 coins will get you something. Um, that will give you a motivation to collect coins in the level. Because other than doing it out of habit from being a Mario fan for decades, there's no point in collecting coins in Super Mario Maker, like in somebody's level.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a minor spoiler. That's why I'm asking it. Because, like I said, I've been mostly avoiding any information on this game because I'm one of those stubborn people. I like to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So, I've been hearing people complaining about like being able to find certain stages, etc. Have they found a way to tweak the search setup? Because like I heard they're using those like friend code type stuff, and it's kind of frustrating. Because unless you have the code,
That's
you can't.
yeah. That's another thing that a lot of people want. That isn't in this update, not this one anyway.
Oh,
So
okay, damn.
yeah. I was gonna get to that too. That's another thing that I would like to see implemented. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, hopefully that'll be something they in the next update.
Okay, yeah, because the whole thing is there are a lot of people making content, whether it's good or bad. So there needs to be a more efficient way of being able to find this content within the game.
Right.
So what I heard right now is kind of like backwards mediocre. Like really, unless you have the specific code, it's kind of a pain in the butt to. Yeah, they need to fix that.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons I haven't shared more, because it's so tedious. Because basically what I do, or what I would have to do, is go to Google Plus or something, that everybody knows, in one of the networks like Active Gamer Life Network.
Yep,
Or,
I've been seeing that.
and
People create Mario Maker communities just.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and the problem with that is that I'll see it, I'll click on it, and I'll see somebody's new thing, and once you click out of the little notification, you forget.
Yeah, and it's a pain to get back to it too.
Yeah, it's a pain to go back and find it. So that's why I don't play a lot of people's levels that I would like to, and because it's steps and steps and steps to get to their code, and then putting the code in. It's a pretty decent sized code. It feels like
Yeah,
feels like
it's
the
it's
NES
friggin'
days
fan
again.
codes.
Feels like the NES password codes for those games that didn't have memory in the game, cartridge.
Oh
It feels like
god,
doing that again. So it's tedious, and you got to make
indeed.
it easier for people to want to do it. So, um, yeah, that's definitely something. Another thing was slopes, because we don't have slopes yet. It's all 8-bit squared off. Everything's blocky. There's no so there's no sliding slope type levels. I mean, I can go on and on with a bunch of things, but I think the main thing is being able to share them easier. Share your upload.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've
Yeah.
heard. Like I said, I try to not get into certain things simply because I hate spoilers. But this game is so well loved. A lot of my Google Plus posts is like spams of this game, which is
Yeah.
why I'm surprised. But I'm not surprised on how many of this game has been sold. It's like less than a month. No, is it a little over a month?
A little over a month, almost at 2 million. I don't know if that
Yeah,
I don't know if that
that's
counts as downloads or not,
impressive.
or I don't know if that's counting eShop.
I think the numbers are
Probably.
high to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, for again, we're talking about a 2D side scroller, yeah, user created kind of game, and for it to
On
sell that
on
well.
on a limited console.
Right.
It's not
On
multi-console. It's
a
on
dead
one console.
on a dead console.
On a singular dead console.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty impressive, I think, with all those circumstances. So yeah, if you don't have anything else, we can move on to the next topic.
No, I'm good. I'm like I said, I've been kind of limited on this topic simply because I'm one of those cats that I hate spoilers, especially for something I really, really like or really,
Yeah.
really want.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the information that came out about, Nintendo confirming there will be more directs. I think they said
Yes.
one will be
Sorry.
this year. I think there's going to be one, at least one more this yeyear, and they're actually going to be
Fail. They need two at least.
and they're actually going to be changing the format. They didn't give any specifics on that, but they're going to be changing the format of Nintendo Directs. So, your thoughts?
Honestly, um, I have mixed feelings simply because I am glad they're gonna keep going. Which I mean, I kind of knew they were going to. Because as much as people try to say otherwise, the Nintendo Direct is actually very effective. Not as effective as Nintendo would like it to be, but it's still effective. Um, it's a good way of just kind of broadcasting their intentions to people that actually care about it. And since posting it in such a way, it's easy for us fans to relate to other people to check it out as well. Um, I have mixed feelings because when they say the changing of the content, I'm curious to see is how they're going to change up the content. Because Nintendo Directs kind of had its own little charm. So if they kind of mess with it too much, it could kind of backfire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my concern lies. I can't really say much more than that because we still don't have enough information. So
Yeah.
all I can really say is I'm excited, I'm curious, and I'm mildly worried. But I think that's kind of how most Nintendo fans are feeling at this point.
That's a characteristic of a Nintendo fan, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. I think I always thought they would continue with the directs. Obviously, the passing of Iwata has, kind of pushed things back and
I gotta
delayed
get that shirt, by
things.
the way. Sorry.
Oh, was that?
There's a shirt. If you go on Facebook and check it out, there's a thank you Iwata shirt going around. It's a
Oh, okay.
limited exclusive edition. I think it's still available for the next couple of days. If people check it out. Um, it's been shared in our Game is a Large community and Soldiers that game. So if anybody's curious about that, go to Facebook and check it out. I forgot who posted it, but it's there.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm thinking about
Yeah.
picking that up because I wasn't like one of those guys that screamed left and right, I love Awada, but I've always respected the man.
Yeah.
So unlike
Yeah.
some of these people, but I don't want to start crap tonight. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always about it should have, even if you didn't care, I mean, care for him as a businessman or whatever, which is kind of weird, but
yeah, he's had a huge impact in gaming, period,
right.
and no one could deny it.
He brought
Well,
the
no one with brain cells that work can deny it, I should say.
it's hard to strike lightning in a bottle twice. I mean, he brought in the most lucrative era in Nintendo history.
DS and we.
That was all him. That wasn't him taking over halfway through or anything like that. So yeah. So anyway, I'm glad they're continuing. Like I said, I'm not surprised that they are. I'm a little worried, like you said, that you're going to change it to the point where it's unrecognizable as a direct, and it's just a straight up newsletter. Because I did like I like
It had this little charm.
yeah, I like the charm of it. I liked the fact that they were putting on a show. It wasn't just straight news. Like it started off in the beginning, it was just kind of straight announcements, but they started adding some character to it, with especially the Mario Kart 8 one. That was one of my favorite ones.
Yes. That was a bit of a turning point.
It was so awesome. And I hope that they find a way to continue that. Obviously, Iwata's lack of presence will change that to some degree because a lot of that was him. A lot of that, the style of the directs was him.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. In a way, I kind of wish it wasn't him, simply because I know it will be. But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I think Nintendo has enough characters there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
you can
on.
see it in their personalities.
Yeah. Put up
Treehouse,
some younger people. Treehouse. Put Reggie back out there again, and hopefully he can
just keep him away from Smash Brothers, and we're good.
Yeah, exactly. He has personality. We haven't seen it in a while. Maybe that has to do with his new title, but he is a personality too. So hopefully we can see more.
Let's see some more Beltran and Reggie interaction. That's always entertaining.
Yeah. So hopefully we get that in the future. What do you think it'll be about? The next one.
Honestly, I don't know how much they're gonna divulge, but I think they're gonna touch, because the whole thing is the Wii U is in a curious stage, because even though people say it's dying, and it kind of is dead, but not really. They need to address where Wii U is at currently, like game-wise, status-wise. They're not gonna mention the NX too much, simply because they made a bold statement. And one thing I have to say about Nintendo, they make a bold statement, they kind of stick to it. I mean, they'll change some stuff up here and there, but I don't think they're going to touch the NX.
Yeah, I doubt there'll be any NX at all. So.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna talk about DNA, not much, but they're gonna hint at the new game that's coming out, of course.
Right.
So actually, they might announce the game before then. But
I think they will. I think they're gonna announce it soon. I think.
Yeah, it's going to be within 24 hours, roughly.
Yeah, I think during the investor meeting later today. And it's daytime in Japan, so...
Exactly, so we'll know by the morning.
Yeah.
Most likely.
So, yeah, I agree. I think we'll actually get not any concrete information on Zelda U. And that's a nice segue to the next topic, the final one that I have anyway. I think we'll get some more information on that. And yeah, so it's been reconfirmed that Zelda, the next Zelda game, the one we saw at E3 2014 and the Game Awards, will be on the Wii U still. So there's a reconfirmation of that. Not a whole lot of information about what the game's gonna actually be. Beyond what we know already or what we've seen. Nintendo's really good cryptic when they're talking about games.
I'm hoping for at least a few surprises. Not a lot, just like one or two. Because that's one thing I do love about Nintendo. Oh. They will give you a surprise, and it's usually a pleasant one, usually.
I think that's it. I think we're going to get a surprise. I mean, I think a lot of people tend to think they know what it's going to be, and what are they going to add RPG elements, and Nintendo
love those speculation videos.
They're not going to do exactly what you want them to do, and that's that's why I love them. That's why they get on my nerves sometimes, but it's also why I love them too. Hate. Right. So it's going to be what Zelda needs at the end of the day, to innovate and add a new twist on the Zelda, that formula that we know, because they've been talking about wanting to change up the whole formula to some extent. Some Zelda games have been kind of tedious, especially in the beginning, with the whole kind of tutorial-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I hate it at the same time. Because the whole thing is you never know when a new person jumps into the game. So we kind of do need the tutorial, but it doesn't need to be that lengthy. They got to find a way to make an abridged version, I suppose.
Right. So I think that what they've been testing new ideas already on us, with the Majora's Mask stuff and how they changed stuff in that game. Some stuff in the actual Ocarina of Time was changed. Not much, but I think mainly Wind Waker HD. A lot
Yes.
of changes they made in Wind Waker HD that made the remake way better as far as pacing
It
and all that stuff.
showed. I freaking love that game on
Yeah,
so many different levels.
and who
I
knows?
love I
Oh, go ahead.
go no, I'm good. Continue.
Oh, no. Finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say I was kind of mixed feelings about Wind Waker. I never had the rage a lot of people did.
Hmm.
I was more confused about Wind Waker than anything else because you were there. We saw the original clip and we're like, yeah. Then we
Yeah,
saw Wind Waker and it was like, wait, what?
yeah.
But
It was
but
a confusing moment at the when it first happened.
yeah, yeah. But I was never one of those people that raged. I was more like, huh? Oh, it's Zelda, whatever. And I played it and I liked it.
Yeah,
But I love the HD remake.
yeah.
I don't like it. I freaking love it. There's times where I just go to the title and I just let the music play.
Mm.
That's how weird I am. But anyways,
No, it's got that's one of the things it has is a great soundtrack.
soundtrack
Um,
is incredible.
and most Zelda games have great soundtracks. So
Indeed.
especially the 3D ones. So yeah, yeah. I think games like that, maybe even Twilight Princess HD, if that's a real thing. I'm sure they're gonna do
Yeah,
some.
they've been really going back and forth with rumors about that. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a real thing, I think that's the best game to see what they're gonna try because it is an open world game. It's not on the scale of open world games today, but technically it is an open world game, and I think it's a good testing ground for them to mix up the formula. Because it's the ones that have one of the most egregious tutorial startups in the history of the Zelda franchise.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie about it.
With the
As
Farm
much
Boy
as
Link stuff and the wolf stuff, yeah.
yeah, as much as I want to argue with certain individuals who have a far larger user base than us,
Hmm.
um, that part I can't defend. Sorry, it's just
Look,
they need to work on that.
I love the story of it. I love the characters in Twilight Princess. I love the world. It's just some
Yeah,
of the gameplay mechanics is what
it really needs tweaking. Seriously,
right.
some things were dragged out way too long.
Yeah, I said it's my least favorite of the 3D Zelda games. And
And
that's not
that's
saying
what
that I think it's terrible. I still like the game. I still love the game. It's just my least favorite 3D Zelda game.
and that's what people have to pay attention to. I think they took that the wrong way because I saw some of the blow up from that.
Yeah.
Least
So
favorite does not mean you hate the game. It just means out of the 3D Zeldas, that's the one that I favor less
yeah,
than the rest.
right. But once it
Yeah,
gets
because
going, it's great. But some of
yeah,
that.
people are easily offended. It's kind of sad, but anyway, continue.
Now, I was just saying, once the game
Opinions,
gets
people.
going, it's great. But some of the stuff like the fishing is just weird. It's like
That whole cat thing was just. I'm gonna lie to you. That was one of the most frustrating part of the game for me, actually. I
yeah,
mean, I went through it relatively smoothly, but it was just kind of dumb. Like, really?
yeah. Like if you haven't played the game, I say play it for sure. If you're a Zelda
Oh,
fan,
definitely.
you
It's a
can't miss
good
it.
game. It really is. It needs
Yeah.
more love.
I played it, from beginning to end, but it's one of the few Zeldas that I haven't beaten multiple times. I only beat it once, and so I would love a HD remake for that reason because I hardly remember the game. I just remember some of the some of the bads in the game. But that's why I would like a HD remake of that game because it'll be fresh to me, and I'm sure Nintendo's going to change a lot of cool stuff in it, so make it
So,
taste better.
considering what they did with Wind Waker HD, I'm definitely 150% down for a HD version of Twilight Princess.
Yeah. And what do you think they'll do as far as changes because not changes, but what do you think they'll do as far as which version? Because I tend to think it's going to be the GameCube version. They're not going to use the Wii version, which has Wii remote controls.
Honestly, I'm leaning to. I'm with you on that. I think they're gonna use especially since they did the Wind Waker version.
Hmm.
They're more familiar with converting GameCube into HD, so the whole process behind it would probably run smoother for them. Also, which kind of partially annoys me, people are less inclined to use motion control for
Right.
Zelda games. So I think they're gonna lean heavily towards the same method they use for Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
So it would probably be smarter for them to use the GameCube model and tweak it from there.
I think I think it's gonna be a GameCube model, and I think what they're gonna do is use the gamepad in ways that they use the Wii remote, was for like aiming your arrow, your
Yep,
bow and arrow and stuff.
take advantage of the
Right.
GPS. They're gonna use the
Exactly.
maps and stuff as well, the menus in general.
Yeah, I think that would be a welcome addition. I would
Indeed.
love to have a Twilight Princess HD. I would definitely pick that up. So, and because I know it's not just gonna be a straight port like a lot of these HD so-called remasters. Nintendo actually changes the game, and makes it better,
Hmm.
which is, very cool. I like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think we covered a lot of stuff in this cast. You got
I just
anything
have
you
to
want
say it. I just want to say this since we were talking about Zelda. I did a Google Plus post, but that doesn't necessarily mean all the people from Gamers Allowed saw it. I just have to put this saying down. I mean, Anuma taking fan feedback, right? And he immediately tries to apply it to the game. He's like, okay, Wind Waker seems too childish. Twilight Princess, stylistic realism. Bam. Or you don't like bland, realistic aesthetic? Skyward Sword, cel-shaded stylistic realism. Bam.
Right.
Or you don't like Skyward Sword's mechanic and overworld? Well, Zelda Wii U, high quality mimicked cel-shaded stylistic realism without motion controls in a gargantuan world. Bam, drops the mic.
Right.
Aonuma out. I said it
Oh.
too fast, but you get the gist. Because yeah, people are not satisfied. They just want to bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was initially. That's one of the things that took me back because, like you said, when they first showed, the GameCube demo with Link fighting Ganon, which the game never even came to looking that good to begin with. Wind Waker, or not Wind Waker, Twilight Princess still didn't look that good when it came out, as far as the visual.
Yeah, that was one of the most badass trailers I've ever seen for Zelda. Officially from Nintendo, that is.
Right. And so the realistic take on it, but yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be Zelda at the end of the day, and I fell in love with the animation style, the anime style of the game, because it's timeless. It doesn't, like, if you play the GameCube version, yeah, the Wii U HD remake looks better because of the resolution and some other stuff, but some of the lighting and stuff like that.
It was genius though,
it's
because
still beautiful. That game is still beautiful on GameCube.
Yeah, they were very. I have to see. This is what I love about Nintendo. The way they did the styles and everything, they really took advantage of the limit. Like, I kind of prefer Nintendo to be somewhat limited because that's where they really put the creativity to work.
Yeah, that's when they
For
shine.
them to, yeah, exactly. The way they made it work was freaking awesome. Like, it was really well done. Like, they don't get enough credit for that.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but those who get it know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if you could elaborate better than me.
It won't matter. It'll still look like it basically looks like a cartoon. It looks like an animated kind of film with the animation style of it, and that will always look good. It won't look bland and won't look muddy graphics in a couple of years, like some of the more quote unquote realistic style games do. They look good when they come out, but they don't hold.
They look. A lot of these games look muddy and all kinds of other stuff further down the road.
And I get a lot of people don't care about that because a lot of guys just play the game, they're in the moment, and they move on, and they're done with it. But
unfortunately, the general gamers, we kind of have short attention spans.
Yeah, that's
according. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, we won't get into that. But anyway,
yeah.
So I'm looking forward, obviously, to Zelda U, and hopefully Twilight Princess HD is a real thing. Because I
pick it up.
Yeah,
No
I
def.
will definitely get that. Because like I said, I know they'll tweak the problems with it, and it's just gonna look better. It's gonna look a lot better because that's a game that doesn't hold up visually after
No,
a
it
few
doesn't.
years. So
It's a great game, but it does look because
it's very
I
golden and
played it
brown.
recently. Yeah. But ironically, if they actually did some cell shading to it, it
Hmm.
would actually work. But
It
it
would,
depends on how they do it.
yeah. Because there is some cell shading ishness to it, like the I guess you would call it like the morphing that happens with
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
the
you
Twilight
could kind of see it.
or
Exactly.
Twilly or
So,
whatever they called, like some of that stuff.
which
And
is which
Skyward
is
Sword does it too, where some of that
yep.
stuff looks, like it's in between. So yeah, it's
Honestly, I kind of think I don't think they'll stick to it, but hopefully they do. The weird pseudo cell shaded that they've been working on recently, I think it really works for the series.
yeah.
And by doing it that way, it makes the game almost timeless because you could
Oh,
look at it years, if not decades from now, and it will still look great.
yeah, I mean Zelda U, I love the visual style of that. They can tweak it, but please don't change it completely. I mean
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
it's
Keep
gorgeous.
make it better, but keep the general concept there,
Yeah,
please.
I mean it is beautiful. It is beautiful. I mean, and it will be timeless. It's HD for one, and it has that animation style to it, so it's gonna last. So yeah, if you don't have anything else, we can go ahead and end this bad boy right here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really have much to say tonight. We had some good topics. I wish we could have elaborated better, but sometimes it's better that way. You don't want to beat certain subjects into the ground. I will say this, since you didn't really get too much into it. Um, Come on, people, look at the numbers. Look at the attachment rate. The attachment rate is
That attach rate
insane.
for Wii U is right. You can't say the
But
games ain't being bought. They're being bought. So
and then the excuse is like, well, because we don't have anything else, we'll buy it. No, if you don't like a game, don't buy it. If you buy a game just because that's what's only available, I'm sorry, I got to say it and get mad at me. Uh, Tough cookies.
yeah, something's wrong.
If you buy a game and you don't want it, you're freaking stupid. I'm sorry.
You
Buy a
buying
game because
games?
you like it, you want to play it. Don't buy a game because that's your only option.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's the wrong mindset to have.
I'm not gonna buy
So,
something just because it's there.
because they're like, a lot of people be like, well, people buy it because that's the only game available. Well, then if that's the case, a lot of Nintendo fans, if that's the truth, which I don't think it is, are freaking stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I can't speak for everybody, but I don't see it here. Like the guys that buy these games, they play them. You see them playing them, and they seem to enjoy them.
yeah,
So
exactly. They seem to generally enjoy it. So that has to say something. There's something behind that.
yeah,
You can't just dismiss it that easily. Well, you could, but it's not
nah.
really logical.
I have seen some people on here playing stuff that they obviously don't like, but we won't.
Oh God, don't let's get into that.
We ain't gonna do
But
that.
I will say this briefly. If you really hate the game, why on earth are you playing it more than people that claim they love the game? I
Mm,
just have to say that.
that's
I
strange.
won't specify anything beyond that. I just find that really odd. This game is trash. Really? Well, the people who love the game play maybe 2-3 hours for every 7 hours you play. Do the math.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have a channel where that's what you do, that's kind of your niche. Like, obviously, AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd, that was kind of his thing. And that's what made his channel so hilarious. He would like rag on these, he'd buy these games and he'd rag on them because they were terrible.
Hmm.
But this is not comedy. These dudes are like, they're going out. I feel like they're buying stuff, for
Just
legitimacy,
to complain about it.
and then complain about it. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But people
Yeah,
can
that's
people.
eventually going to be another topic we're going to touch on these fake. I'm sorry.
I
Anyways,
suppose. Yeah, we don't need to get into that. That's
yeah, let's leave that alone.
that's crumb side stuff.
Xbox salt.
So we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, that's it for the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little intimate podcast here. me and my boy Shep, for the midweek show. I think we touched on a lot of cool information here. We got through a lot of stuff, and like I said, Nintendo hasn't put out much lately, but yeah. You got anything you want to put out there, Jay? Or Jay? I called you Jay.
Wow. No worries, no worries, no worries. You know, all black people are the same.
Jay, we love you, man. Wherever you at, man.
For real, much love, Jay. You cool peoples. And shout out to Quan Manchu.
No doubt, no doubt. Quan, wherever you at.
Wherever you at. But it was like you said, it was a nice little simple cast. A lot of good information put out there. I'm glad y'all checked this out. I posted a video today. It's only like 2 minutes long.
Pump your video. No, I was just saying, pump that video, man. Pump it out there.
Yeah. Let's just say Shep is, especially this month in particular, well, not October, November, you're going to see a lot more coming from the Good Shepherd. Video game-wise as well as life-wise. So I'm really pushing that. It's time to really knuckle down. So there should be some good content. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. You should at least hopefully learn something. And please feel free to give your comments, because it's always good to see different perspectives. Oh, and I am still doing the giveaway. Bayonetta 2, well, Bayonetta 1 and 2 for the Wii U. And Wonderful 101 is still up for grabs. So keep your ears and eyes peeled for that on my channel. I'll probably post something on Google Plus, and that's about it. I don't want to drag it out too long. Sorry. So shut up and play, peeps.
Yeah, and Bayonetta 2 is $35, I think, on is it Amazon or Best Buy? One of those two. So go check it out if you don't feel lucky enough to win Shep's contest there.
Yeah, I bought it when it was $60. God damn it. Anyway,
yeah. Exposed. All right, guys. That's it for the cast. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you join us this weekend for the full cast on Sunday. And as I always say, play Nintendo, fools.
Shut up and play.
And we out.
Peace.
And we're almost out. And we're about to be out. And we're out.
Gotta wait for that lag.